So what's up, everyone? I'm currently just scrolling through Instagram, just relaxing here, nothing too crazy going on. But what you didn't know is I just got done lighting this whole scene. I think it kind of looked natural enough that you didn't notice. I'm gonna just take you with me through lighting this whole thing, and yeah, here's the clip. Alright, so here we are. This is what I'm first working with. Start out by cleaning up the frame here. Just gonna take out like things that are naturally around my house, like a mountain bike. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I have a very, very orange light going on here. And I'm also doing this the worst time of day. The sun is setting, so my background light is gonna be continuously changing. We're gonna see. First things first though, taking this light out. I got some eBay lights here. They're called Neewer lights. I bought these like last year for maybe $250. Most of the time when I'm working on serious music video projects, I'm just renting lights or borrowing. So with my amateur years of filmmaking, I've never had to buy legit lights here. Alright, brighten this up so you guys can see. One more thing to mention here, I don't have diffusers or like any diffusion for these lights. There's like a panel of diffusion on the front of the light here, but it does nothing. It is clearly a hard source of light still. So I have this regular, probably Hanes t-shirt that I'll be, oh, it's Gildan, that I'll be throwing over the panel like this to get a softer source of light. What I'm gonna first try to do here is raise this panel up. Something that I quickly learned on YouTube was to always shoot from the dark side of the face. It adds more dimension to your shot. So in this shot, if my head is laying here, I'm gonna try to light the side of the face away from the camera. This is gonna be way too harsh, so cover this thing up with a white t-shirt as a form of diffusion. Super ghetto lighting techniques. That's what I'm gonna name this video, super ghetto lighting techniques. I might turn it up slightly more. Like this. I think I'm gonna just block off the curtains right now. Yeah, it's starting to look better. You could have a couple options of things to do here, like bumping up the ISO or, chopping up or something like that. However, my camera's native ISO is dual native ISO, so one being 400 and the next one up being 3200. So I have my camera at 400 right now, and I don't want to bump it up and cause any more grain than I have to. So I'm going to leave it at 400. And instead of bumping my camera's exposure up, I will bring up the lights in the scene. I have some lights here in this part of the room that I could turn on like that. I'm going to leave it on for a second just to see how I like it. I might end up using this. This doesn't look that bad. So I have my second light over here. I'm gonna try to plug it in somewhere back here and just have some light spilling into the background here. Let's see what that's looking like. Alright, this ain't bad, but I'm gonna try one more thing. So the light's just spilling in right here, coming down. And I don't have a shirt or any diffusion on this light. Maybe I can try to bounce it off of the white ceiling and have it come down. It might look a little bit more natural. We're gonna find out. Pointing it up, I'm just gonna crank the brightness of this light. Yeah, I actually don't hate that. I'm trying to make it look as natural as possible, but I know not every single light source is like super motivated. Alright, so next thing I'm going to do here is change the white balance. What? Yes, thank God. Lets me do white balance while I'm recording, so you guys are seeing it live. How does this look? So I just watched it over, and I definitely don't like how green it is, so I'm going to turn that back. And I can always pull this in the grade and post. This is pretty close. We're at 4,800. I could do a little bit of adjusting on the lights as well, and pulling their Kelvin. And I know what a couple people are going to say, that I should be adjusting my white balance and camera to what my light source is, but they're eBay lights, and I think that my guess of where it should be on the spectrum is going to be a little bit better than what it's actually putting out. So I might go a little bit warmer, just a tad bit warmer on this light back here. Not a lot more warm here. Alright, so this is one look I could kind of go for. This one will be the more natural or less stylized look. I don't hate this, but I don't love it. So we're going to try one more look. In this next one, I'm going to be a little bit more stylized with it and throw another practical light in here. Now, unfortunately, I don't have very many practical lights. I have no lamps or anything like that inside my house, so I'm going to use what I have. And what I do have is this black light thing from the 90s that my parents gave to me. Something like that. So obviously that is doing nothing for our lighting in the scene. What we can do here is adjust the light that I have already back here, and have this be motivated by the lamp here. I'm going to set this light to RGB. I might move it back here and not even have it bounce off the ceiling and just kind of have it pointing down. We're going to see. I think I can already tell this is looking a lot more natural. Alright, so I am not mad about this. I'm going to try to cut this light here and see what that looks like. And so for a scene like this, I could have my key light, could turn it more blue here. So this is what that would look like. I kind of like the idea of it being more orange. That could almost make it look like I had something like a nightstand lamp or something like that over here with a super orange bulb in it. And so, looking over that scene one more time, I got another idea just for another look. So that was one look. And not having the key light on, and instead having the key light being my iPhone. Gonna see what this looks like. I'm gonna turn the brightness of my iPhone all the way up. No hat. And so, this could be another look. I'm gonna add some sound effects and a grade here, blah, 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 to make it look right. So, in 3, 2, 1. So yeah, ultimately, I think this would be the final look with my key light on. I'm gonna use my iPhone here as well as light. But this is something that my final and my favorite look would be. Far from professional, but here we are just learning. You're learning with me. That was lighting session number 1.